Hello, it's Jim for the Monopoly Project. We're here on the Monopoly Project yacht on Val Vista Lakes. Every successful real estate investor has a yacht, and this is the Monopoly Project yacht. Unfortunately, it's the McKinney Girls' Day off, so you just have me. But we're on Val Vista Lakes here on a beautiful Monday afternoon, the 31st, and we're here to review 3 books. And so we have one book on naval fiction, one book on commercial real estate, and then the third book is on the disciples and whether what happened with Jesus was really true or not. Hello, this is Jim for the Monopoly Project. We're on the Val Vista Lakes on the Monopoly Project yacht. We're floating around here doing our floating book reviews for January. It's the 31st of January, the last day of the month, and we're here to review our third book for today, and this is called The Blackstrap Station by Alaric Bond, and this is the 8th book in his series, and I think this one's written in 2016. I think there's 15 or 16 in the series, so we're really enjoying this series about British naval fiction from the 1800s, roughly the time around the Napoleonic Wars, and they're fighting mostly the French, but sometimes also the Spanish and pirates and all sorts of other people. So this is the 8th book, and like I mentioned in the review, the first 5 books were good, and they were relatively simple conceptually. The last 3 have gotten much more involved in plot and character, and so I really enjoyed the last 3. This one here has again, it follows that, and it has and I don't want to mean this as a criticism, but it has 2 sort of fatal flaws. They're not flaws in the sense of that it's a standard fiction, but one of the things that happens is coincidences happen so regularly that you can't take it. And of course, I'm going to give some spoilers here. For example, he has in this book, he has 2 different raiding parties. British raiding parties are trying to capture the same French ship, and of course they show up within minutes of each other. And it turns out that the initial one, which is led by a lieutenant, is actually understaffed, and so they're not going to be able to make it, but the other guy magically shows up, and together they take it. And so I understand fiction, and you want to heighten the tension and things happen, but this one went a little too far, and the next one went even farther. There's one of the British sailors is a loner, and he goes off and gets himself in trouble, and he gets buried alive, literally. And so it turns out that 2 of his shipmates actually became grave robbers because they couldn't find work, and it turns out they show up at just the right time to rescue him when he's trying to crawl out of the coffin after he's already been buried. So again, this is just an example, but I do highly recommend the series and the book because it is very entertaining, and he's very good at battle scenes. He always has at least one battle scene in every book, and this one has some really good ones. And this one's interesting also because much of it takes part ashore, where their ship is in the last book. Their ship is grounded, and part of the crew escapes into the French countryside, and it tells the story of how they get to the countryside and finally get back to the British Navy, and that's how they meet up with the boarding crew when they join them. And so there's character development, and not just character development, but characters becoming, growing in confidence and things. So it's a very good book again. So it's the Blackstrap Station by Alaric Bond, one of our favorite English book series now. So again, this is Jim for the Monopoly Project. We're headed back to home, and we will catch you on the next book review. Thank you.